Anyway, let's shuffle on, ladies and gents, to what you alluded to, but what I also alluded to is Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. Supposedly actually opening to a franchise record of 250 million plus global opening. So it's not bad. It's set to hit like $90 million domestic. It's supposed to do, and then $160 million abroad. And it's opening basically worldwide, 70 markets. Done. 70 markets, proper broad wide spectrum. They managed to do that, secure that, but it is a 5-day opener. So $250 million for 5 days. Not epic. It's not great.
No, I think it'll hit 100 domestic.
I was thinking they were under. I mean, thoughts instantly on that because I think they're kind of undershooting that.
I do too. Bit. Yeah, I agree with you. The reviews are spectacular. They're pulling out all the stops on the marketing. Tom Cruise is one of the last remaining superstars. He really saved cinemas with Top Gun 2. People want this. They know it's not going to be woke, and it's just going to be entertaining. And this is like, I think a lot of times movies today are all about the destination, like where do we end up in this third act and what's the lesson? But with Tom Cruise, the ride, that the journey is the entertainment, right? You don't ride a roller coaster and you can't wait for the ending. You ride the roller coaster to enjoy every minute of the ride. And that's the way a Tom Cruise movie is. Yeah. And I think people, that's what they want. And especially, I almost think there's some pent up demand, just like your super backer said about wanting to go with his dad, right? You wanted to go see Indiana Jones, but you already know that's a failure. It's not going to be fun. It's going to leave you depressed and sad. I don't think this movie is going to leave anybody depressed and sad. You're probably going to be excited and fired up and ready for part 2. That's my prediction.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I think that's a great analogy. You are there for the spectacle.
Yes.
You're there to enjoy, and also because Tom Cruise has made a name for himself doing such insane, crazy stunts and being the stunt man. I mean, I remember when he broke his leg doing that building jump. He broke his tibia, and then I remember the airplane
hanging out of the plane.
G.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
So 0G in the plane. Then he was hanging out of the plane. Just so many stunts that he does. You're like, well, okay, but you're absolutely right. You're there for the spectacle.
Yes,
I think they are undershooting this. I mean, $90 million domestic. Tom, what do you think about this? Tom's dead.
I don't know. See, I'm kind of two minds on Mission Impossible because I have heard that a lot of at least a couple of people I talked to that did manage to go to the screenings last night said they were sold out. But I've had a few people sending me images today of Sound of Freedom screenings sold out for tonight, but Mission Impossible is only having like 2 to 6 people only so far. Again, it's a Tuesday night.
Yeah, okay.
Last night was a fan event. Keep that in mind. I don't know if it's going to do this well. I think it's going to do well, but I wonder if it's going to underperform as well, along with everything else this year. I mean, again, though, you guys are right. Tom Cruise is the only kind of sure, quote-unquote, thing anymore as far as Hollywood goes. He is really one of the only movie stars left. This is the 7th film in a franchise, though, and I've been binging on all of them this last weekend here because I've never seen all. I only saw the first 2 originally.
First one was epic.
The first one's great. They've all kind of just go downhill from there. And I know, look, and full disclosure, they're just not really my cup of tea.
Okay.
I
would disagree. I think the third one
that's
much
more
better
so kind of just my kind of thing.
Okay.
I have some issues with the third one, but that's just because of the sequels.
Yeah.
But again, to me, it felt like
okay, I got
not so much continuity, but things that they do to characters and the way they reveal things. It's just kind of like, because I like them, they're all right. But when I watch a heist kind of movie, I prefer things like The Italian Job or something like that. And the problem with Mission Impossible is it has been satirized so many times. The original show was satirized to hell by the time the movie came out. The things from the original movie have been satirized so much. It's kind of the same problem I had coming to Bond late to the game, to where I'm kind of just watching this going, I get it, but I don't quite get the hype.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I wonder how this is going to do as a 7th film in the franchise. That's the only other thing.
Well, you know what? I don't think I don't for Mission Impossible, right? I don't think it being satirized is to a detriment. Actually, I think with Mission Impossible, it being satirized keeps it in the public eye, keeps it in their brain a lot more. And with Tom Cruise being so...
You're not wrong, but what I'm getting at is like when I would watch it, like I would find myself laughing at some of the stunts and goofy stuff that's in the movie to me because of
that's part of it as well.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
It
like,
is.
I actually think that's good because it shows a certain... You're not bored.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. No.
See what I mean? Like, you're still entertained. I actually think that I think that bodes well. I think that puts it more in its favor. Genuinely.
No,
I'm
not trying to dump on the movies. I'm just saying it's more like, I'm just kind of like, it's not for me. I actually canceled my tickets because I couldn't even get through the 5th movie in time to go see it on top of a few other reasons. And I'm just like, or 6th movie or whichever one I was on.
Is that Fallout or Rogue Nation? Do you remember?
Fallout.
Okay.
Yeah, like 3 and 4 were okay, like you said. 3 was a step up at least for somewhat from part 2, but then I had issues going into the 4th one. That they said, you know.
The 4th one I kind of liked a lot, and that was Brad Bird who directed it.
Yeah,
I
it
tend
was.
to like Brad's stuff, but
and then I
J.J.
think
Abrams was sort of engaged with like 3 and 5 and 6.
Oh, he's
a little bit,
yeah.
I think.
And Kurtzman wrote the 3rd one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think this bodes well for a good summer block.
As far as that goes, to be able to go in, sit down.
And it's been 5 years. It's been 5 years since the last one, I think.
People have said that you haven't even had to have really seen all the other ones. I think Nick Weiser, a guy who streams with me on Mead and some other channels, said, "Oh yeah, they kind of get you up to speed if you've missed out on anything."
Yeah, good.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's really good. That's really good. Well, another really good.
And hasn't Chris McQuarrie directed like the last 2 in this one too? Or?
He has.
This is his
sorry.
Yeah,
and he did the screenwriting for several of them. So I mean, it's going to be of a theme.
Yeah, no. So he's doing this and part 2, basically.